Welcome to Planet Bollywood. In the ongoing Me Too movement, many women have shared their stories. They have named and shamed the harassers, and one such brave lady tweeted out and named Sajid Khan, Zain Durrani and Vikas Bell. She is here first time on television with us right here on Planet Bollywood. Welcome to the show, Saloni Chopra. And thank you, and we laud your courage for doing what you've done.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. So, we went through the story. We read it. It was extremely painful. The intricate details that you have actually shared, I know that it's not easy. And for the viewers who have not known about your story, we'd let you take this platform and let us know what happened.
Okay. I went into a lot of detail in my blog.
Yes.
It was really difficult to go through everything that happened all over again. I'm going to try and keep it as detailed as it was, but it's harder to talk about than it seems, I guess. Starting with Sajid.
Yes.
Obviously, 2011, I went and met him for an interview or whatever you call it to his house because I wanted to work as an assistant director. I wanted to learn more about how films were made. During that time, obviously, I mentioned how my interview with him was a bit disturbing. It was very overwhelming because the kind of questions he asked me if I'd ever been through abuse. He talked about just, I don't know where it came from, but it was a lot to do with human sexual desires and how people are, and how he wishes that women didn't have to go through the things that they did. And by the end of the interview, I started crying because I felt like you end up in a vulnerable state where you talk about that you've been through this, and someone believes you, and someone then just feels bad for you and wishes it didn't happen. Yeah. And I wasn't sure if I was feeling weird that I just shared this with someone professional who I was going to work with, or if I was just glad that I talked about it. But I got out of his house and got into the auto, and a little while later realized that I'd got the job. Once I started working for him, I realized that there's a difference between an assistant director and a director's assistant. It's not that uncommon. I mean, you end up you're directly doing things for the director, printing stuff out and talking to other people on their behalf and stuff like that. And I was okay with it. I mean, I'd never assisted in my life, so I wasn't expecting to have a lot of responsibility on set. But it wasn't everything I expected it to be. I mean, I always loved writing, so I would end up writing a lot of articles for him, like, stuff for newspapers about his favorite movies, and just a lot of things like that. And it started off with very petty jobs, like picking up his sunglasses from Infinity Mall and things like that. Eventually, I think there was one time when he gave me a call, and I didn't pick up because it was, I think it must have been like late at night, and I didn't pick up, and I was with my mom. And the next time when I spoke to him, he was very pissed off. He was just like, you don't not take my call. I don't care if you're shitting or, if you're sleeping, whatever you're doing, you answer my calls. And I was a bit scared, but I was just like, okay, well, I need to make sure I always answer his calls. Yeah. And the calls started coming at really odd hours. He knew I wanted to be an actor from the start. So our conversations eventually turned into how I'm not sexy enough, and I'm too tomboy, or, my hair's not nicely done all the time, and I sit like a man, and why can't I be more alluring? And he was just like, you know what, I want to take you under my wings, and I'm going to make you sexy, and you will know how to behave, and to be an actress, you have to be able to do these things. And it was all, I've never been the very sexy kind of women. Like, I've always been very comfortable when I'm messy. Right. So I felt a little awkward stepping into this space where I thought my job would be something else, but this constant pushing and poking and how I'm not good enough just got to me for a while. And I ignored it. I wasn't proud of myself for doing that, but I tried really hard to let it go as much as I could. And then I realized that his behavior was very repetitive around set as well. I mean, other than his sex talk that happens anyway and everyone knows about it, but there was another actress that came for a role in the movie. She did end up doing it. But we were doing a costume trial for her when he walked in and he saw her in the outfit and he was just like, what the f*** is that? Like, what do you, like, you don't have boobs, you don't have ass, you want to be an actress? Like, how do you think that's going to happen? And he's like, lift your skirt. And I looked at him and I was just like, she looked at me, I looked at him, and it was this awkward silence. And I sort of looked down because I didn't know what to say to him. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. And she did. And he was just like, yep, you have no ass. Like, what are you thinking? And then he was like, Saloni, just give us a moment, please. And it was, she looked like she wasn't comfortable. I didn't know what to do. So I walked off irritated because I'd been dealing with his shit for so long anyway that if I can't speak up for myself, how am I going to do it for someone else in that situation? Yeah. A few minutes later, he came out, and I went and spoke to her, and she was really upset. She looked like she was going to cry, and I told her she didn't have to do this if she didn't want to, but she was just like, it's fine, it's over now, I'm going to wear this outfit and get on to set. It was a conversation we had, and then it was over. But it just didn't end there. It was this constant talking about his girlfriend and, saying really disgusting things about their relationship or their life that I felt like I didn't need to know. To eventually getting to a point where it's just, those calls got really bad. The phone calls got really bad. The constant, you don't have boobs, or, you're not sexy got really bad. There was this one time we had a conversation on the phone where I couldn't handle it anymore. So I asked him, what is it that you want from me? Like, this constantly calling, this asking me what I'm wearing, send me your photos, and like, you're not sexy. And I was really petrified of him. So half of the time, I wouldn't actually argue. Like, I'd listen, or I was very submissive in a lot of ways where I just didn't know how to respond. I mean, in situations like that, for me, I just didn't know if I did decide to speak up, who would I speak to? Because we don't have an environment that we work in where, there's someone that I can go and talk to. He's my boss, and you usually complain to your boss. So if I can't complain to my boss because he's the one doing it, I don't know what to do. So this one day I lost it because on the phone I was just like, what do you want? Like, you're constantly calling me, you call me over, I tell you I can't come. Like, why is this just about, like, sex? Is that all you want? Because if it's about sex, like, I'm tired of being tortured. And he was just like, you think you're an idiot. You're so naive if you think this is just about a one-time sex thing. Who even says that I want to have sex with you? Maybe I'll just ask you to touch yourself on camera. Maybe I will ask you, like, maybe I will teach you how the art of sex without actually inserting anything. And it just really got to me. I think that was the night that I really lost it. I yelled at him. I was really upset. I told him that I didn't want to keep doing this, and he was just, he would talk about, other directors who would keep actresses for months, and he was like, it's a process, you have to be my keep. You have to do everything I say, and I'm doing this for your good. It always ended up with, like, you want to be an actress? I'm doing this for your good. I couldn't. I think I'm that night insulted him or snapped or abused or something, and I hung up because I couldn't take it anymore. We had a long argument, and after the things that he said, I questioned what I'm doing in the industry, because I was just like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to go through that process. So I went and I told my mother that night everything that had happened, and she told me that I should make a choice, either, stick around and deal with it and find a way to, like, handle him and talk to him, or tell someone, or quit. And so I stayed, and I rocked up at work the next time that we were shooting, and to my surprise, he was absolutely fine. He, he told me to go do something, and then someone from the media wanted an article from him, and so he said, why don't you come and write it? And halfway through the day, he was fine. And then while I was sitting, you usually have like a director's room, and you have one for actors and, one for lunch. So we were sitting in the director's room, and I was writing this article for him and he was walking around, and I was asking questions. It was all work talk. We didn't really talk about anything that I'd said to him. I was relieved in a way till the time that he was just like, look at you. You're fucking sitting like, you're sitting like that again. Why can't you spread your legs and sit? Like, you don't know how to be sexy. How many times have I told you that, you can't be like this? Your hair's a mess. Like, open your hair. And I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be sexy. And he was like, I can't launch you. Like, no one's going to launch you if you do this. I said, I don't want to be launched. I'd rather just not be launched if this is what it takes. And it got a little heated. He was just screaming, and he was just like, you don't give me a boner. If you can't give me a boner, then how are you ever going to become an actress? And he sort of like took my hand and like tried to put it on his pants, and I was just like, Sajid, just stop, please. And after a point, while walking around, while saying that I don't give him a boner, and this isn't how women become actresses, and I'm not good enough, and I'm never going to make it, he sort of just pulled down his pants, and he was just like, look, you don't give me a boner. Here it is. And that's when I threw his laptop and I walked out, because it was probably one of the most jarring experiences of my life, where I was just like, it all happened so fast that I'm not sure how I was supposed to react.
Saloni, at that point, did you share this with anyone around on set, anybody from the industry?
Yeah, I did.
Anybody in power?
Yeah, I did. And I don't know if I'd call it anyone in power, but I mean, if you know how the industry works in a way where, as an assistant, it's not like I was friends with the directors or the producers or the actors. I did my job, and I was friends with I spoke to other assistant directors, and I had friends on set from production and, designing and everything. But you're not close to people with power. You don't speak to people with power. But after I quit, I did tell a few friends. I told friends who'd worked with him before. I told people that had assisted him before. I told a lot of people that I was close to, whether, when we'd meet at parties and when we'd talk about what happened, I'd just be like, this is what happened with me. And usually the response was just like a laugh and like, oh my God, he's such a scumbag. Like, the things, he's pulled off this shit so many times. Like, just, it was just really accepted. It was just like, that's Sajid for you. So then eventually I was just like, okay, well, I'm not the only one.
Right.
And apparently I have to live with this, because this isn't something that we're going to talk about or do something about. So, in fact, it was, I even told my associate director on Krish when I started that project. He's the one who asked me when this whole Me Too movement had started. He was like, are you going to speak up? Don't you think it's about time you talk about Sajid? And I was like, yeah, maybe. Because he knew when I joined that project, like, it was one of the first things that I spoke about, that my previous experience was so awful, and I was just petrified on set all the time. I was just like, I don't know who's going to do what. So I did share it with people. Most people just... It was just a very accepted thing. It was just, don't waste your time, with Sajid. It's a good thing that you're out of that space. Work with good people was the suggestion most of the time.
You must know you started a revolution after you shared your story. Many other women also spoke up. What did that make you feel? Like, I'm sure you were scared when you were trying to share your story, and
I was
you had
petrified.
Not one. Yes, there were 3 stories you were going to share, and after you did that, 2 more women spoke about what Sajid Khan did to them.
Yeah, Rachel and Karishma.
Yeah, what did that make you feel?
I felt like it was, the whole purpose of speaking was a sense of responsibility that I felt when I knew in front of me he'd done it to other people, and I knew there were other women out there. I just wanted, my whole purpose of doing this was so that other women realized that they could speak about it. So I think it happened within like 24 hours. The other women, like I think Rachel tweeted me, Karishma put up the screenshot that she'd written, and I felt relieved but really sad at the same time that the encounters were so similar, like his house, him pulling his pants down. It was jarring to know that he'd done the exact same thing, like the patterns were very similar. Yeah. But I was really glad that they came out. Like, Rachel was really supportive. She tweeted right away, and she was just like, I can't believe like he did the same thing to you. it made me feel like I'd done the right thing when I spoke about it, because that was the whole point. I was inspired to write because I read Vinta's story, and I was just like, people are really talking about this. It's about I've been talking about women's rights for years now on my Instagram platform, and if I don't really talk about what happened to solve a purpose, then how do I practice what I preach?
Yeah. So when you tweeted it out and when many people came in support, there were many, Farhan Akhtar tweeted saying he was really shocked. His own sister, Farah Khan, tweeted, and many more celebrities. Did anyone get in touch with you directly saying that thank you for sharing the story or thank you for creating awareness about the kind of person he is?
I had a few friends who knew about it before who messaged, but a lot of the people from the industry who did know left me messages saying, I had no idea this happened to you, and it's so glad that you finally spoke up. And I was just like, no, but you knew. And, it was a lot of that. There was a lot of, like, it's a great thing that you've done. But, not to say that I think it's anyone's, place to speak up on my behalf, because they don't need to. But there wasn't a lot of, like, Tapsi tweeted, which was sweet. As you said, Farhan put up something. But a lot of people didn't really, people that I know what he's like, didn't really say much.
Okay.
So, I'm not really.
Welcome to Planet Bollywood. Almost a month ago, Tanushree Datta first spoke up right here on Planet Bollywood, and the Me Too movement hit India. The Me Too wave hit India. And since then, we on Zoom have started this campaign, #WeAreListening. And it's only been possible because the brave women have stepped forward and fearlessly named and shamed the harassers. And one such lady is right here with us. Thank you for joining, Mandana. Thank you for joining us on Planet Bollywood.
Thank you for having me.
You've shared your story. We've all read it. But for the ones who don't know yet, you've named Sajid Khan, you've named Umesh, and for the ones who don't know it yet, could you please take this platform and let us know what happened?
So the incident that I had with Sajid was around 4 years ago. When they were casting for Hamshikal film. And me and my manager, we went to the office to have the initial meetings. That was when he had all my pictures, in bikini or in Indian avatar and all that. But then the next thing I hear from him is that, in my set is a very friendly set, and I get very close to my actors, and, I treat them like family, and we're all very close. And especially for this character that I'm casting, I need to see, how your body is.
Yeah.
So I said, so I don't understand, but you have my pictures. And he's like, no, I need to see it. And, until you don't see it with your own eyes, how are you going to believe it? And also, like, you seem like you're not wearing enough makeup, you have a dark circle. And, I want to also, like, check how your body is and all that. And yet, I wasn't used to the whole thing which happens with a lot of girls, the casting couch, as we talk about. Yeah. Or like the creepy guys who are asking you to sleep with them. And I've heard it before, that especially when you're not from India, when you're a foreigner, when you're coming from another country, it's like you don't have the boyfriend who's taking care of you.
Or the
you
family.
need the family, or you need this man to support you and, make sure that no one can actually talk to you in so and so manners. But I never believed actually it's happening. It's more like a gossip. You know it's happening, but you're not sure. And then I told my manager, I said, listen, if you have a job, if you have a film that they want to take me as who I am and as an actor, and I don't mind doing my job, but I'm not going to do what is the other stuff, which is, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not going to sign you. I'm not going to do that part. And I was very clear. And, it's kind of weird when your manager says, you need to be a little bit more softer, you need to be a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit easy. A little bit easy. People, they don't like to see someone like who's so opinion on everything. Don't talk. Let them talk. And let them be more like guiding you towards it. Don't say anything. And I did struggle in my life, with that, because I've stayed here for almost 8 years now. And I did struggle. I was trying to fit in. When you're trying to fit in a society, when you're trying to fit in a new work environment, right? You kind of start like thinking, okay, wait a minute, is this how it works? Maybe actually I should give it a try. but no, that's not me. But how that's going to work? You know, how that's going to work, that you're going to make the director feel like, okay, I'm going to sleep with him. But until I'm going to sign it, I'm going to play that role. But then the moment I sign it, then, oh, yay. But that's not the point. The point is the harassment even starts after that. It's a never-ending story. I moved on with life, and finally I got a big film, which was Ekta's film, Balaji, Kya Kule Hamtree. And Ekta knew that she wanted me in a moment that she saw some stuff that I was done in Randeep Huda's film. So she knew that she wanted me in Kya Kul. And that was very clear. I went to office, we signed the papers and everything. But the moment that I met my director for first time, first of all, he seemed sweet but off-sweet. Because then later he said, oh, you need to do some screen tests. So I said, I'm already on board for the film.
The producers hired me.
Yeah, it's, you know. And he says, you know what, I didn't want you here, and I'm a director. And I had someone else who's Indian and who's way better actress than you, and then she was this and she was that. So he's going on and on and on about probably his girlfriend or whoever he wanted for a film. Anyhow, he calls it the look test for the film, which I never wore any of those stuff for the film. And so I started doing screen tests. I'm going to office every day. And then he's talking about, like, I'm some extra person there. I don't even exist. Or I do exist, but I need to be so thankful to him that accept me as an actress on that set. Because it's so weird, because if your producer has signed you, you're already getting money. And my producer was a woman. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I slept with someone and I got into the film. No, I was a woman who liked me for who I am and how I look. And it worked for her, and she wanted me in the film, right?
And we're talking about the director Umesh Ghadke here of Kya Kul Hai Hamtree, just for our viewers to know that.
And anyhow, we had a different location. The location was in Thailand. We moved there, and I told them before, I'm not a good dancer. And in this film, I had 2 songs, and my major songs with Tushar, which was a love song, it had a lot of dancing step, and Ekta told me before. And I told my director, you need to give me like a couple of days of practice at least. So yeah, don't worry, we give you time or practice or whatsoever. So we go to Thailand. After, I think, 3 days, they say, oh, we're shooting a song. And I'm like, sir, I need practices. No, I need you on set. You have to be on set. So I go on set from morning to evening, while Tushar has half day off because he's practicing for a song, and I'm doing nothing on set, just waiting all day. And the location was far away from hotel. I reached my hotel, I think, by 10 or maybe 11 or maybe a little bit earlier, and I get like a couple of hours of practice, and Tushar is already tired, and the steps that they're given, it's for someone who's like dancer, and I'm not a dancer, right? And the moment I say something to the choreographer, because everyone was there, and the director is like, see, I told you, you're not good for this film. See, the other girls, they can do it. And then we had another girl in the film, which she was playing one of the characters, and she's a dancer. She's a dancer, and she was hired in this film as doing one of the characters in the film, and I'm not a dancer, right? And it's not, it doesn't mean that I'm not good at my work. I just need more practice and time, right? Anyhow, I'm in so much pressure, and I'm so stressed out. I'm not getting the step. They're not changing it. It's all happening, right? And also, before that, I was so excited because this was a big film for me. Yeah, the movie didn't do well. All that, it's none of my business. For me, as a person, as an actress who came to India and who struggled for so many years for auditions and trying to meet people, and I didn't want to be with directors.
Working with Balaji is a big thing.
Yeah, and it was a big thing for me, you know. And suddenly I'm just so stressed out. And that time, my ex-husband, my boyfriend, so I call him and I say, listen, I can't stay here anymore. I can't do this, you know. I don't think it's possible because the way he's talking, and I know where he's coming from. And I've even told him that, sir, the team who's working on your movie, it's my boyfriend's company, the post-production. And he didn't even back off after that. You know, he was so adamant at getting what he wanted. And he said, my ex said, you know, I'll book your ticket. You coming back to Mumbai. You're not working like this. So anyhow, I come back to Mumbai. I went to Ekta's house, and I spoke to her mother and herself. And they were really upset. You know, they were very supportive, and they were like, you know, this shouldn't happen on our set. And they did take action right away. I had lunch also with the team in Mumbai.
What did exactly Ekta Kapoor do?
So basically what they did, they were quite shocked and taken. And they had a little bit doubt of maybe like I've overreacted to it.
Okay.
But apparently they've heard on set that yes, because my ex's team were there who was doing the post-production.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, sir is Thorasa, you know, he's kind of troubling Mandana by not giving practice time, by calling her on set and making her wait and asking her like change clothes, change looks, all that. And so anyway, what Ekta did was, there was this one person from Mumbai, he flown with me as well, and then he was my one-point contact with the director.
Okay.
And I went back, but it didn't stop. It didn't end there. When I went back, actually everything became worse because now I've spoken about it. I've told the producer that he's been torturing me and like harassing me, right? Now it's even worse. And after like 20 days, 25 days, everyone's like just fed up with this whole thing. They're like, just like give it to him, And every single day, I'm miserable. I'm shooting a comedy film in a beautiful location with, for the first time, I have this hair team, I have makeup team, I have styling team, I have all that, right? Because any girls who wants to become actress, right? You know, you want all that. You want to be important and said, I have all that, but I'm so miserable. I'm so miserable that I'm making my co-star miserable. I'm making the other people miserable. Actually, the only person, and I want to say this, I really appreciate her, and she was so supportive in those times, was Aftab's wife. And because she was there with us at the hotel and, you know, all the time traveling with us. And I had this conversation, intense conversation with her, and she said, you know, I don't understand how these girls actually can be like this, you know, because the other girls in our set were okay with it. They were hanging out with everyone, bringing cake for the director, going for dinners, going for parties, hanging out. And what I want to do, finish my work, go back to my hotel and do my things. And if I would like to hang out with you, yeah, sure, great.
It's
you know, it's my call.
That's your call.
But if it's going to be forced and if it's going to be like, oh no, and by the way, the song that I'm talking about, it became a group song. And it wasn't anymore
your solo song.
My solo song with Tushar. And the other girls who were like with us, they were pushed more into the film and they had more scene and all that happened.
But Mandana, all this was indirectly harassing you, know, calling you early on set and all of that. But did director Umesh Ghadke at any point directly approach you inappropriately?
Oh yeah. That's the reason I went back to Mumbai. Because
what did he exactly? What exactly happened that time? What did he say?
So what happened is most of my clothes, because the stylist was changed while we were in Mumbai, it wasn't bought yet. So we had to do the looks in Thailand. So when we go to Thailand, the stylist comes with bikinis or whatever, all the options. So the bikinis that I get, first of all, it's G-string. And he's asking me I should go to his room and try these bikinis and show it to him. Which I said, sir, those bikinis, it doesn't even match my character. I understand you're the director. And he said, no, I want to see it on your body. Because, yeah, exactly, for what? And I'm like, no, sir, but if it's orange, it's not the color that we are supposed to use for a film. Why should I try the orange and show it to you, right? If you want me to try, I try the yellow, but there is no orange in the film. So why do you want me to? No, I'm a director. You know my job also? And he started arguing with me over this. And I was like, no, I'm not coming to your room. That was the point. That was the point, that trying the outfits in front of him. I mean, why? There is a stylist, right? What's the stylist's job?
Exactly.
Okay, so I just want to ask you one thing, that, you know, when you were on the set, Tushar was there, Aftab was there, and many other actors were there. Aapne kisi se baat ki, because Tushar is the brother of Ekta Kapoor, right? Like, did anyone, aapne baat ki kisi se, kya unhone react kara is baat pe, that why are you like?
I tell you one thing, it's very common here. It's, we know what everyone is getting through on set, because you shoot with people for 40 days, 30 days, and you know exactly what's going on set, right? The sad part is, no one takes action against it. And the first comment is, "Arey, heroine to itna natak kar rahi hai yaar, kya karte ho? Gosh, so much of drama, so much of natak. At least heroine banno pehle, become a heroine, and then throw the natak."
So if she's cooperating, she's good. If she's not ready to, like, you know, do what you want,
no,
she's like full on Nautanki.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the first person is judged is the actress.
You know, Mandana, you spoke about how the director actually called you to his room, asked you to be in a G-string and do numerous changes, which wasn't required. And after you complained, why do you think was he not replaced in the film or asked to step down? Or why wasn't any strong action taken by the producers of the film?
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't remove him. I don't know why no one stood up for me. I don't know that. The only person I had actually was my ex-boyfriend, you know, who was like, I was talking to him and he kept saying that it's okay. It's your job. Finish your job. You have promised. You have signed a contract. Finish it and just come home. You know, and that's the sad part, that it has been many years. I'm sure many girls, they've gone through the same thing. You know, the director hasn't been removed, or let's say they produce, and they're still working.
And as we stand today, where you've already spoken up and you've shared your story now, has Ekta Kapoor or anybody from that team gotten in touch with you directly?
No.
Or lauded your courage for speaking up now?
I don't understand why Ekta hasn't commented on anything, or I don't want her support. I don't want anyone's support. You know, I've done what I've done for myself, and if one person gonna watch this video or my interviews and gonna think like, okay, people are talking, I'm gonna talk about it. You know, if someone gonna get courage to talk about it, I'm happy. I don't want anyone's support. But what I'm saying is that it's sad, a woman like Ekta, who's so strong, who's millions of girls in this country, they look up to her. Absolutely. You know, she's a hero of a lot of girls, right? Because if she could be so strong, a lot of girls are also like, you know, looking up to her. Why she hasn't spoken about anything? Not about me, not coming up and supporting, no.
For the girls who are trying to be strong and trying to speak up.
Well, have you got any kind of support from the industry after, like, you've said?
Well, I've got a lot of messages. I've got a lot of couple of girls who are working already, and you know, one of the girls, the sad part is I feel sad for my friends, because she says this is her exact line. You know, babe, I've got like a couple of movies happening and I'm really happy how things are working for me in industry, so I don't want to piss off anyone and, you know, lose on jobs, and I'm okay now. I know a lot of shit happening. I've gone through with this guy and that guy, and she's going on and on about numbers, and I'm like, oh, whoa, I don't have any more fingers.
Right.
And they're not talking about it because they're happy with their work, and that works for them, but it doesn't work for me. So
that's the harsh reality of Bollywood.
Yep.
Now, when you have the time to come up, speak, because we are listening, you don't want to talk.
Right. We must urge these women who haven't found their voices yet to come up and speak.
So, Mandana, like you said, you know, you were sharing the story with your husband, that casting directors and all, they used to come. So, was it a case of sexual exploitation?
Yeah, of course it was, because, but the only thing is I can't tolerate it. I can't tolerate the fact that I see these foreigners, you know, who are, not even foreigners, girls who come from Bangalore, or they come from South, to Mumbai, to
from different cities of India.
From different cities of India. And it's happening in front of me. I couldn't accept that. I couldn't agree to it. If something like this is happening, I would like not to have it in my house. You know, one thing I really want to mention in this part is that why, as a foreigner, as anyone who's an outsider, why do we need to sleep to get work? Why I'm not good enough for any job? But I'm good enough when I do sleep with someone, then you get the job. Why can't we have a safe and a happy place which people actually are doing their job?
Right.
You know?
This needs to stop, definitely. For the women who haven't found their voices yet, do you have a direct message to tell them? What would you like to tell them after your experience and after what you've seen?
Things are changing, hopefully. And I hope there are more people coming front and like talking. And actually my straight message is to those people who have messaged me on my Instagram and Twitter on my private messages. Don't message me. Come and talk. Right. By messaging me, you're not going to do anything. You're a loser. Yeah. You might have the fancy car. You might signing your next big films and you're doing, oh, yay, I'm working a lot. But you're a loser. And messaging me and saying that, oh my God, you're so brave to talk about it. And I mean, sorry, I don't want to even be your friend. Don't message me.
Because this is the time, it's time we speak up. And this is the time we are listening. So please, all the women, all the men who face harassment, exploitation, please speak up. It is time we name and shame them. And thank you, Mandana, for doing this. And thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
बॉलीवुड में सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट के कई किस्से सामने निकल कर आ रहे हैं और देश भर में मी टू मूवमेंट चल रहा है। इस वक्त मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं बिग बॉस 9 की कंटेस्टेंट और अभिनेत्री मंदना करीमी। आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि क्या कभी आपको सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट जैसे मामलों से गुजरना पड़ा है बॉलीवुड में, जब आप यहाँ पर कोशिश कर रही थी अपने आप को स्थापित करने की?
एक्चुअली क्या हुआ कि मैंने एक पिक्चर किया कूला हम 3 एकता कपूर के बैनर के साथ। ये है करीबन 3 साल के पहले, और मैं बहुत खुश थी कि इतना बड़ी प्रोडक्शन हाउस के साथ और एक औरत के साथ मुझे काम करने वाला है, क्योंकि एकता इज़ माई ग्रू एंड आई थिंक शी इज़ अ ग्रेट ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, और शी इज़ अ वेरी वेरी लवली पर्सन एज वेल। सो लेकिन क्या हुआ था कि बिगिनिंग में मैंने सोचा कि मेरा डायरेक्टर स्वीट है, सपोर्टिव है, और उसको पता है कि मैं यहाँ से नहीं हूँ, तो ही सपोर्टिंग मी। लेकिन जब हमारा शूटिंग शुरू हुआ थाईलैंड में, शायद एक हफ्ते के बाद और 4-5 दिन के बाद आई टुक द फ्लाइट एंड आई केम बैक टू मुंबई। एंड क्योंकि इतना हैरेसमेंट मेरे साथ हुआ कि तुमको ये कपड़ा पहनना है, तुमको ऐसे ही करना है, तुमको वैसे करना है, और शायद करीबन 3 हफ्ते के लिए मैं बार बार पूछ रही थी डायरेक्शन टीम से कि देखो गाइज, ये जो गाना है, अगर हम पहले हफ्ते में शूटिंग कर रहे हैं, मुझे प्रैक्टिस करना है, आई एम नॉट गुड एट डांसिंग, तो आई नीड टू प्रैक्टिस। तो बार बार ये लोग बोल रहे हैं नहीं, अभी हम नहीं करेंगे, इस हफ्ते में नहीं, उस हफ्ते में नहीं। तो जब हम एक्चुअली थाईलैंड में गए 2 दिन के बाद, ये लोग बोले कि एक्चुअली नहीं, एक्चुअली हम गाना शूट कर रहे हैं, और लास्ट मिनट चेंजेस स्टेप्स में, और लास्ट मिनट चेंजेस ऐसे कि ये मैं और तुषार का गाना था, अचानक ये बोल रही है कि नहीं, एक्चुअली कुछ डायरेक्शन टीम का नया फासला है कि हम पूरा कैस्ट में गाने के अंदर रखेंगे, और ये जो दोनों दूसरा जो लड़की है ये भी आएंगे वो। एंड आई एम लाइक नहीं, वी डिडंट टॉक अबाउट इट लाइक दिस, इट वाज सपोज्ड टू बी द मेन कैस्ट, मी, तुषार एंड आफ्ताब, एंड आप लोग को मुझे प्रैक्टिस देना। एनी हाउ मैं नहीं कर सकती थी, एंड इट वाज जस्ट गोइंग वर्स एंड वर्स एंड वर्स। एंड जब उस वक्त में मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड उस टाइम में गौरव, जो मेरा उसके साथ शादी हुआ था, I called him and I said, मुझे ये सब नहीं करना है, मैं वापस आ रही हूँ मुंबई। And without telling the production house, without telling anyone, I took the flight and I came back to Mumbai. लेकिन I had a meeting here with Ekta's team and I told them, and they were really upset. वो सब लोग बहुत upset था कि ये सब तुम्हारे साथ हुआ है, हमारा set पे हुआ है। They took action. They spoke to the direction team and they took action very strictly. लेकिन it didn't stop him from harassing me on set.
किस तरह से हरास किया उन्होंने? इसमें सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट वाला एंगल क्या है, थोड़ा सा अगर समझा पाए।
ऐसे कि I was the first one to call on set. जो उस दिन जो मैं पूछ रही थी कि guys I'm tired or I want to have a rest, ये लोग बोल रहे थे कि नहीं, आज आपका भी शूटिंग है। तो सुबह से शाम तक from 8 in the morning until 5 PM I would be on set waiting, कपड़े के साथ, मेकअप के साथ, हेयर के साथ। एंड मुझे एग्जैक्टली याद आ रही है कि हमारा एक लोकेशन था बीच पे। सुबह से ये लोग मुझे बोल रही थी बीच में आओ, कपड़े के साथ, मेकअप के साथ, बाल, सब चीज़ के साथ। वेट कर रही थी मैंने पूरा दिन। एंड एट 5 PM ने उसे एक्चुअली तुम्हारा आज तो शूट नहीं है, अब जाओ। और
तो ये तो एक तरह से मेंटल हरासमेंट हो गया। सेक्सुअली कोई किसी ने हरास किया कभी आपको, या इस तरह की कोई चीज़ हुई आपके साथ, या कास्टिंग काउच वाला कुछ हुआ ऐसा?
कास्टिंग काउच तो नहीं, ऐसे तो नहीं, लेकिन काफ़ी टाइम हुआ है कि यू गो फॉर टू मीट द डायरेक्टर। एक्चुअली ये नाम एक्चुअली आए है साजिद खान, है ना, साजिद खान, है ना, तो या मैं एक्चुअली वो लोग का ऑफिस में चले गई थी और मेरा
खान से मिली आप?
हाँ, ये पिक्चर था जो एक्चुअली रिलीज हुआ है। नहीं, हाउसफुल नहीं, दूसरा वो जो
हिम्मत वाला भी एक फिल्म बनाई थी अजय देवगन के साथ उन्होंने।
नहीं, अजय देवगन के साथ नहीं था, एक दूसरा पिक्चर था कि मैं
हम शक्ल,
यस, हम शक्ल। मैं एक्चुअली ऑफिस में गई थी और मेरा मैनेजर के साथ, और this was my biggest meeting, biggest picture for a meeting, and shortlist हुआ था और कुछ, और डायरेक्टर बोल रही है कि तो मेरा पिक्चर है, पूरा है, जो आपको देखना है कि मैं कैसे लगती हूँ, शॉर्ट हेयर, लॉन्ग हेयर, बिकिनी, वो ये सब है। लेकिन वो पूछ रहे हैं कि नहीं, आपको एक्चुअली थोड़ा सा ये शर्ट उतारना है, मुझे एक्चुअली अपने सामने में देखना है कि क्या क्या है, तो दैट्स हाउ। और मैंने मैनेजर का देखा ये क्या हो रहा है, और आई लेफ्ट द मीटिंग, आई केम आउटसाइड।
मैनेजर के सामने उन्होंने कहा
कि हमारे जो कास्टिंग है, आप लोग तो बाद में आओ, और एक बिकिनी पहन लो, और सामने मुझे देखना है कि हाउस योर बॉडी, और वो ये सब।
तो हम शक्ल में कोई गाना था, उसके लिए अप्रोच किया था?
नहीं, पिक्चर के लिए एक्चुअली आई वाज द अप्रोच फॉर द फिल्म।
फिर क्या हुआ, आप वहाँ से चली गई?
चले गई, कोई पिक्चर भी नहीं हुआ, और आई वाजंट इवन एग्री, आई वाज लाइक व्हाट इज ये सब क्या हो रहा है,
तो ये कब की बात है जब आपको कास्टिंग के लिए बुलाया था? ऑफिस में बुलाया था साजिद खान ने, आप बोल रहे हैं?
हाँ, ऑफिस में
पर्सनली उन्होंने बुलाया था मीटिंग के लिए?
यस।
और कुछ ऑडिशन नहीं हुआ, सिर्फ उन्होंने कपड़े उतारने के लिए आपको कहा?
एक्चुअली आई वाज लकी इन दैट पार्ट बिकॉज आई वर्क विद अमेजिंग पीपल। जो जब मैं और चार्ल्स किया है रणदीप हुड्डा के साथ, मैंने गाना भी किया है, मैंने बिकिनी पहन लिया है, मैंने एक्चुअली विदाउट, आई डिडंट हैव अ क्लोथ्स, मेरे पास एक रोप था, रणदीप हुड्डा के पास एक जो बेड है, हम शूटिंग कर रहे थे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं था। मैंने वो लोग को ऐसे नहीं है कि हर जगह पे है। मेरा कहने का ये है कि एज ए वुमन इट्स टफ टू बी पार्ट ऑफ एनी इंडस्ट्री में, राइट? शायद आपका ऑफिस में भी आपका कॉलीग और बॉस तो कुछ कहेंगे, और दे ट्राई समथिंग, दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट टू।
कहना हर जगह होता है, आपका कहना है, लेकिन मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा कि साजिद खान ने आपको रोल के लिए बुलाया था, आइटम सॉन्ग के लिए नहीं बुलाया था, तो उन्होंने कोई नरेशन नहीं दिया आपको, स्क्रिप्ट में क्या रोल है ये सब कुछ नहीं कहा, और उन्होंने डायरेक्ट आपको कपड़े उतारने के लिए, बिकनी देखने के लिए इंसिस्ट किया?
हाँ जी।
आपने नरेशन मांगा था उनसे कि नरेट कीजिए रोल?
एक्चुअली वो ऑफिस में चले गए कि टू नो व्हाट इज द डील, नो, कि रोल क्या है, क्या करना है, हाउ मेनी डेज ऑफ शूटिंग, कहाँ पे शूटिंग है, ये सब। जब आप मीटिंग के लिए, पहले मीटिंग के जा रहे हैं, आई मीन आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम हियर, मैं तो यहाँ से नहीं हूँ, तो यू हैव टू गो थ्रू दोज मीटिंग्स दैट अच्छा ओके प्रोजेक्ट क्या है, कहाँ करना है, ये क्या है, वो क्या है। लेकिन पहले मीटिंग में जब आप ऐसे बात कर रही है, इट्स लाइक व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ योरसेल्फ? आप सोच रही है क्योंकि आप बड़ी स्टार के साथ काम कर रही है, बड़ी प्रोडक्शन हाउस के साथ काम कर रही है, तो आप ऐसे ही बात कर सकती है। आई वर्कड आल्सो विद एकता कपूर, शी इज मैसिव, लेकिन वो इतना इज्जत कर रही है, आई मीन।
तो फिर आपने जब साजिद खान ने इस तरह की बात आपके साथ हरकत की, तो किसी को आपने बताया कुछ इसके बारे में, कुछ सोच?
एक्चुअली अफसोस पार्ट ये है, सैड part is this that I laughed with my manager. I was like, ये लोग क्या है, पागल है और क्या? Where are you taking me? What is this places?
साजिद के अलावा कोई और था, साजिद खान के अलावा ऑफिस में?
नहीं।
आप, साजिद खान और मैनेजर आपके, और किसी और कुछ इंसिडेंट्स आपके साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि लोगों ने फायदा उठाने की कोशिश की?
There is small little thing here and there is there, but nothing major.
चलिए, एबीपी न्यूज़ से खास बातचीत करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
अच्छा, मैं एक सवाल ये भी जानना चाहूँगा कि अब जो साजिद खान के साथ हो रहा है, उन्हें हाउसफुल 4 से निकाल दिया गया है, एज अ डायरेक्टर निकाल दिया गया है आपको?
बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत
क्या
अच्छा
कुछ?
है।
हाँ,
अगर वो प्रोड्यूसर का ये किया है, सच में बहुत अच्छा किया है। आई एम ग्लैड दैट they have to work with this kind of people because देखो इंडस्ट्री में काफ़ी लोग भी है, बहुत अच्छा है। I just shot the film, अभी मैंने एक पिक्चर किया, 45 days इतना काम था, इतना मेहनत से हिंदी ये सब करना, लेकिन मुझे इतना मज़ा आया क्योंकि मेरा डायरेक्टर, मेरा को स्टार राहुल बोस, रोनी ड्रॉय, all these guys, they were so lovely. I knew that the work is so hard, लेकिन हर रोज मुझे एक्चुअली सेट पर ही जाना था। I wanted to be on set because everyone is so supportive and nice, no?
तो आप बहुत खुश है कि साजिद खान के साथ या उन्हें हाउसफुल से हटा दिया गया है?
अगर ये हुआ है, I'm glad तो ये हुआ है।
और फराह खान और फरहान अख्तर जो उनके रिलेटिव हैं, साजिद की बहन है फराह, और फरहान अख्तर भी उनके रिलेटिव, उन्होंने भी स्ट्रांगली रिएक्ट किया है।
रिएक्ट किया है, मुझे पता नहीं है दैट रिएक्शन, लेकिन आई एम ग्लैड दैट
अक्षय कुमार ने भी कहा है कि मैं काम नहीं करूंगा, उन्होंने भी शूटिंग कैंसिल कर दी थी।
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा। आई एम ग्लैड दैट समवन लाइक ऑल दिस गाइज, बिकॉज दे आर द बिगेस्ट स्टार्स ऑफ द कंट्री एंड दे हैव टू टॉक, बिकॉज देखो क्या हम लोग तो छोटे मोटे जो स्मॉल लीडर आर्टिस्ट, I'm doing as much I can, but if a star comes up and talk about the issue which has actually existed, I'm so happy. That's so good for the industry, and I'm glad that the people like that exist. It gives a lot of hope.
चलिए, से खास बातचीत करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मंदना।
Thank you so much.
कैमरामैन रवि पांचाल के साथ रवि जैन, एबीपी न्यूज मुंबई।
ये है एबीपी न्यूज, आपको रखे आगे।